it's okay.
I'm really sorry. Happy birthday, though.
You want something hard?
The movie revolves around Truman Langley, who was sleeping when his wife woke him up in fear of an intruder in their house. Together, they investigate and discover a drugged girl on their sofa. Truman and Patricia have been married for a while, and Patricia often tolerates Truman's party habits. Meanwhile, Alex Weston wakes up and joins his wife Marina, who is already getting ready for her designer job. Their house manager, Belle, reminds them that it's their son's birthday, and the couple promises to spend time with their son later that day. Their son Roby overhears their conversation, and after the parents leave, Belle surprises Roby with a cake and a bracelet to wish him a happy birthday. After driving to school, Roby waits by his truck until a girl is dropped off, and he approaches her to invite her to his place. However, the girl politely declines, stating that she is already involved with someone else. This rejection angers Roby, causing him to skip school that day. On the other hand, Truman is an employee at a real estate agency, eagerly anticipating a partnership position as one of the partners is retiring. He purchases a red Ferrari and shows it off to Patricia, who expresses concern that their finances are being stretched thin. Despite her worries, Truman brushes off her concerns and assures her that everything will be all right. His plan is to win over a big client, Mason Wainwright, which would help him secure a promotion at work. His assistant informs him that the bosses were in a meeting with someone named Alex Weston that evening. Later on, Truman returns home with Mason. Mason relentlessly flirts with Patricia to the point where she can no longer tolerate it. When she voices her concerns to Truman, he urges her to give in to Mason's advances as it would increase their chances of financial success. With no other options, Patricia reluctantly gives in, despite feeling uncomfortable with Mason's touch. Meanwhile, Alex discovers that his son skipped school and confronts him, ultimately taking away his car keys. Alex wants Roby to improve his grades so that he can attend a prestigious school during the summer to increase his chances of getting into a better university. Roby is angry with his father, but Alex insists that it's all for the sake of business. Later on, Alex tries to initiate intimacy with his wife, Marina, who is a health enthusiast and often takes various supplements, causing a decrease in her sexual energy. The following day, Truman is in a bad mood, hoping that his partnership will compensate for what he perceives as a violation of his wife. However, his boss informs him that Alex will be awarded the partnership as he is a renowned figure in the industry and a valuable addition to the company. Furthermore, Truman will have to relocate to an office on a lower floor as Alex will be taking over his current office. This not only means that Truman is being denied a promotion, but he is also being demoted. He shares this unfortunate news with his wife that evening. The following morning, Truman prepares to go to work, and his wife Patricia is surprised since he never works on Sundays. Truman walks into his office, ignoring the cleaning lady. Shortly after, the cleaning lady hears a gunshot and rushes to Truman's office. She is horrified to find that he has taken his own life. The news of her husband's death deeply devastates Patricia a few days later. Patricia goes to the office building and learns that Mason is proceeding with the deal, but he will be working with Alex. This angers Patricia as she remembers having to serve Mason the other night, and she wonders what Alex has done to obtain her husband's job. To make matters worse, Patricia discovers that the company will not be granting her Truman's life insurance due to the nature of his death, which enrages her. When Patricia is led into the office to collect Truman's belongings, she takes the opportunity to search through Alex's personal belongings. After doing so, she devises a plan. She first pays a visit to Mason's home and shoots him in broad daylight before fleeing the scene. She then proceeds to stalk Alex's house and observes Roby being picked up by his friends. Patricia follows Roby to his school and pretends to be an interested parent while stealing some school documents. That night, she composes a letter to Roby's parents, claiming that Roby will need a tutor if he is to attend summer school. Patricia gives the names of some preferred tutors, but makes sure that most of the names are fake. She includes her phone number in the letter, but uses the name Amanda as her alias. The next day, Marina calls Patricia and asks her if she is available to tutor Roby. Patricia quickly confirms and goes to see the family that evening. Roby is immediately attracted to her beauty, and he desperately wants her to be his tutor. When Patricia mentions that her apartment is undergoing renovations, Roby suggests that she could stay at the guest house. Patricia is very modest about her sexual relationship with Roby, but the lovely couple want her to stay close to Roby so that she can teach him at her convenience the next day. Patricia picks Roby from school, and Roby quickly becomes infatuated with his tutor. Patricia also becomes friends with Marina, seeing as most of the time she is always tired due to her intake of Valium. Patricia begins dosing Marina's coffee and wine with Valium to make her addicted. One night, Roby bounces his ball across the yard, and he witnesses Patricia touching herself in pleasure. Unfortunately, he is caught by Bill, who reprimands his actions. Bill leaves for the weekend, leaving only Patricia and Roby home. The parents are attending Alex's work meeting. Patricia warns Roby not to peep at her again and suggests that if he wants to see something, he can knock on her door. Roby realizes her message and goes to her room where Patricia promises to teach him all she knows. They have a passionate night together, but Roby sneaks back home late, and his father grounds him the next day. Marina's drunken behavior at a party embarrasses Alex, and he becomes angry with her. Patricia flirts with Alex for a while before finding Belle putting drawers on her windows. Patricia decides to get rid of Belle and sneaks into the basement, while Belle is distracted with her chores. In the dark, Patricia trips over a wire she had set on the steps, causing Belle to fall to her death. In the evening, Roby seeks out Patricia and informs her that he passed his math test but failed his French test. As a punishment, Patricia spanks him a few times before they start making love. Suddenly, Marina's loud scream interrupts them as she finds Belle's bloody body in the basement. Belle's body is taken away, and Marina is devastated and blames herself for the accident due to her Valium abuse. Later on, Patricia approaches Alex in the pool room and explains to her the reason behind Marina's behavior. In the heat of the moment, Alex confesses her attraction to Patricia, and they engage in a sexual encounter by the pool table while Roby watches from outside while taking a beer. In the dark, Roby startles Alex and informs him that he will pass his exam and attend summer school, requesting the keys for the next day. Patricia volunteers to take care of Marina as usual, spiking her coffee before giving it to her and calling the pharmacy to refill her prescription. Once Marina is under the influence of drugs, Patricia seduces her, but their affair is interrupted by Roby returning home. Marina attempts to reprimand him, but he talks back, and she slaps him. Roby storms off into his room and slams the door shut. Patricia goes to him and demands that he apologize to his mother, while also apologizing for what he had witnessed at the pool room, explaining that Alex had taken advantage of her. Patricia enters Marina's room with laundry and claims to have found an earring. Later, Roby cries in his room as he hears his parents arguing. Marina cries out of betrayal, while Alex cries since he believes his wife is now an addict. The next morning, Roby has a heated confrontation with his father that results in Alex pinning him to the wall. In the evening, Roby visits Patricia for a farewell, and they engage in another intense lovemaking session. Afterward, Patricia gives Marina some coffee, and when she wakes up feeling woozy, she deduces that Patricia must be spiking her coffee. The next day, Roby leaves for summer school, leaving Marina and Alex alone. That evening, a heavy storm hits, and Marina becomes jumpy and scared. When the power goes out, she nearly attacks Alex when he startles her. Marina confesses to Alex that she believes Patricia is trying to kill her. However, Alex ignores Marina's warning. The next day, he spots Patricia's car and finds it odd that she has the car he had seen on Truman Drive in the office. He decides to search through Truman's belongings, which are still in his office, and he discovers Patricia's true identity. He asks a receptionist to call the police before going home. Meanwhile, Marina finds her pet birds dead, cries in the shower, and when she gets out, she discovers that Patricia has left some tea on her bed. Marina tries to fight with Patricia, but she quickly overpowers and ties her down, intending to make her take Valium and slit her throat as her final act of vengeance. Luckily, Alex arrives before any harm is done. Patricia calls him out on his actions, including sleeping with him, and confesses to having slept with his wife and child. Alex reacts to Patricia's confession by hitting her, and she falls unconscious. When the paramedics and police arrive, they can't find any sign of Patricia. Later that night, Marina finds a pot of coffee on her bed, which scares her, but Alex comforts her. They then receive a call from Roby, who says he's doing well at summer school. The movie ends with Roby seen with Patricia in his dorm room. Please enjoy the video, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave a comment letting us know what you thought of the video. Thank you, and we'll see you soon.